conference is brought to you by Wolfpack. Please welcome to the stage your host for Olympia weekend, the voice of bodybuilding, Bob Cicherillo.
What's up, Vegas? Oh man, am I excited. Folks, we have seen the most competitive lineup, I think maybe even in Olympia history, unfold itself for this year's Olympia title. And that's not just in the men's, but straight across the board. Over 400 athletes qualifying this year. That does make this the biggest Olympia of all time. And I couldn't be happier that we're back here in Vegas. We're going to get to the athletes in just a bit, folks, but we've got a little business to take care of first. That, of course, is the weekend and how it unfolds. All the activities are going to be, of course, at the Expo. That's going to be at the Venetian. Very nicely put together. I think you guys are going to like what you see. A lot of sponsors have come back now that we've gotten past the COVID years. So it's great to have some of the big boxes coming back and setting up shop. Of course, you'll see all that action. Lots of new activities going on there, and, of course, sponsors and events. You're going to see that everything's been supersized here at the Olympia. No greater year than this year, of course, with a record amount of athletes competing. But we always like to start things off right here with the press conference. And I'm glad everybody was able to come out here and enjoy it, because I think we've got a great show lined up for you. Folks, this show actually has been 3 years in the making, believe it or not. There's a lot of pieces that had to get put together, but this was actually going to take place a few years back. Got put off by the COVID. All the boys got together, and of course, Jake Wood. I can't see anything because of lights, but here's Jake right down in front. Your Olympia owner, folks, Jake Wood. Well, other events canceled around the world, Jake said, no, we're not canceling nothing. Matter of fact, we're going to put the prize money up even bigger. We're going to have the biggest stage in Olympia history, and the show will go on, and history will be made. Thank you, Jake, for everything that you do for our sport. When you talk about putting the pieces together, like I said, almost 3 years ago, they were starting to put the pieces together. Then they had to do an 11th hour change. We ended up in Orlando. Turned out absolutely fantastic. But if I could tell you all the people that have to come together to put an event like this on, it would take me forever. But I got somebody better, and that, of course, is Dan Solomon. He's right down here in the front. What's up, Dan? Get up for your Olympia president. Actually, Dan, don't sit down. You know what? Why don't you come on up here, because you know this stuff a whole lot better than I do. So, Dan, come on up on stage, man. Give me a couple minutes with you. Come on up, buddy.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the president of the Olympia, Dan Solomon.
Told you we'd get you on stage this weekend, all right?
I wore my lucky sweater. So let me tell you something, Bob. I got to be honest. The last couple of years, if you turned on the various business news outlets like CNBC or whatever news channels you watched all the industries around the world struggle as we were ravaged by a global pandemic. And along the way, we watched our friends and other businesses and other industries struggle. And we saw companies shrink. We saw people revisit the way they even do business. We saw company by company struggle in ways that were heartbreaking. And it was a tough thing to see. But what I learned over the last couple of years is that the passion, devotion, dedication that lives in this room can conquer anything, even a global pandemic.
Yep.
And I say this because there were more events held over the last year than we have ever held, thanks to the NPC and the IFBB Professional League. Outside of the United States, there was over 250 events, and they took place with record participation in nearly every measurable, whether it was sports nutrition companies, apparel businesses, exercise equipment companies. They were thriving and growing in the face of one of the most difficult times in economic history. And that really filled me to know how impenetrable we are when it comes to rivaling our passion against anything that comes our way. But with that said, you opened tonight, Bob, and you said to this crowd that this is the biggest Olympia we've ever had. I think it's important to tell you this, and then I'm going to sit down. I think it's important to tell you guys something as you're making your way around Las Vegas and the Venetian Convention Center, and of course, the Zappos Theater down the hall. That stage production is going to knock your socks off. But I will tell you that as you're going through this, what I'm about to tell you is not promoter bullshit. It is not hyperbole or nonsense or just stuff so we can hear ourselves say great things about what we do. What I'm about to tell you is a statement of measurable fact. When you look at our ticket sales, the Zappos Theater for our main production has been sold out for over a month. Earlier this week, we staged the Amateur Olympia where 800 registrations took place. It was the largest Amateur Olympia in the history of the time we've been doing this. Sponsorships are at an all-time high. This coming weekend, more than 400 IFBB professional athletes will compete in 11 divisions for more prize money than has ever been awarded in the history of bodybuilding competition. And it all adds up to one thing, and listen clearly. You guys are attending the biggest bodybuilding and fitness event of all time.
Yep.
And Bob, since they told us we are not allowed to drop mics, I'm just going to hand it back to you. Let's go.
Give it up for Dan Solomon. All right, well, like I said, folks, we've got a little business to take care of here today. I want to give a special thank you to Wolfpack. You can see their bags up on stage. They are one of our main sponsors here this weekend, along with Your Kratom. I see my buddy Kelly and his lovely wife right down here in the front. Good to have you guys here at the Olympia. You're going to see all kinds of people over this weekend. All right, folks, well, we've come to that time. The only question here, the athletes are ready. They're lined up. DJ Freddie's ready. Question is, where's my man Sid? Is he ready?
Bob, I was born ready. The real question is, are you ready?
You're asking me if I'm ready?
Oh, how the tables have turned.
Okay.
I think it's time to find out the best fans in all of bodybuilding already. What say you?
I say we go to the fans right here in Vegas and from around the world. Fans who are in Vegas, are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, reigning two-time Miss Olympia from the United States, Andrea two-time Rising Phoenix champion from Sweden, Helle Trevino. And two-time Rising Phoenix champion from the United States, Margie Martin.
All right, Helle apparently live streaming us as we're doing this, so appreciate that. Andrea Shaw, don't you have like a car lot you just recently opened up at the house?
We're working on it.
Working on it. Oh, you got a pretty good start. Keep winning that Rising Phoenix competition every year. The precursor, of course, to the Miss Olympia. But the Miss Olympia title's got that history going all the way back to 1980. You got to feeling pretty good about your chances to three-peat this year. Is that right? Did I lose count?
No, you didn't lose count. It's 3P.
Three-peat.
It is 3P.
Better than a two-peat.
Indeed.
Not as good as a four-peat.
Or
I don't
10.
even know if that's a legitimate peat. I'm just making stuff up.
10, 11.
All right. Well, you've got some competitors back this year. Helle Trevino back in the ring.
Yes.
She's been a little off the grid, training in secret, like Ivan Drago in the Rocky movies and stuff like that. But Helle, welcome back to the Olympia stage.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I love to be here.
Well, we love having you here because we want the best of the best when it comes to every division. And this one, of course, just gets tougher and tougher every single year. Margie Martin.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Good to have you back as always, of course. Always a top
Thank you.
contender at the Olympia.
Yes, thank you. It is happy to be back. Yes, thank you, dear. Thank you. I just want to say this is going to be my last Miss Olympia competing.
What?
And I'm so, so thankful and so, so appreciative of the fans that came out and trucked this way to come and see us do our very best. Because I'm going to kill it, you guys. But winning to draw is my last name.
All right, now, you put me on the spot, Margie, okay? Why is this your last one? Why are you choosing to give up here at the Olympia?
Well, I think there's just a new avenue to be able to take another step forward in showing women's muscle in a different way.
Okay. Now, is it win, lose, or draw? Like, if you win the thing, are you coming back again next year? You can say, hey, wait a minute.
No,
You know.
no, this is something, I'm very, I look beautiful, but I'm very long in the tooth. So this
What?
is like, this is the time for me to be like, be able to mentor a little bit more than, have to do it myself.
All right, well, can you go out on a win? I mean, this is not going to be an easy task.
I'm going to try. I'm telling you, I am going to blast it, you guys. I'm going to kill it, but yes, I'm going to try. Yeah.
She's going to try. She's got to take you out. Go out on a big note. There's no grander stage to go out. We've seen history in the making with champs like Dexter going out right on that Olympia stage. There's no better way to do it.
We shall see.
Yeah?
We shall see.
Does anybody have a chance against you, Andrea? You're the wrong person. Does anybody have a chance against Andrea? I don't know, Helle. What do you think, man? You're going to have to do some extra work here.
Well, the thing is, sometimes things happen in life and challenges come and we're tested. And at first we might think like, oh, this is like really bad. Like this is not good. And that happened to me in January when I tore 2 tendons in my shoulder. I tore my bicep tendon and my supraspinatus, and I had surgery end of January and said, hey, I'm out of the Olympia 2022. I was looking at 6 months out of the gym, and I couldn't really see how I could get back from that. But the months went by, and I went through rehab and all that, and I got the offer to go to Dubai in June. There's some really awesome gyms there. There's one bodybuilding gym that also Andrea is from. He was just here, Venus, and it's a perfect environment for prepping, getting big, getting jacked, getting shredded. So I went there basically in some sort of training camp from June until, 2 weeks ago I landed in Vegas. And, at first, my thought was, I'm going to go there, I'm going to get my physique back. I was like half the size after, time off. And 2023 will be the year.
But you're feeling pretty good about where you are right now, man. There was some big obstacle to overcome. This was not an easy surgery.
It was not easy, no. But I did it, and I just said, you know what, I'm going to take one day at a time. I'm going to do my best every day. See what happens. And as the months went by, I just got better and better and better. And I can say that, how you think when I started, I said, maybe, you think it's really bad. So it happened to be, it was a blessing in disguise because I've never had a better physique.
All right, you're going to see these great physiques on stage. Coming up, Andrea, good luck on that 3-peat. Ladies, we'll see you on the big stage.